Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to the Normal Folks podcast. This is your host, Robert Abbott, and this is our third episode. And today, I'm very pleased to be joined by a man I've known for a long time, but this is the first time we've ever met in person, and I think he's going to be a great interview, and I can't wait to dive into the questions with him. Please welcome Bob Spryte.
Hey, thanks, Robert. It's finally great to meet you as well. It's so good to be here with you. The drive up from Reno wasn't that bad, and I'm excited to get this going. What else can I say, huh?
Well, it's truly an honor to have you here, Bob. I'm not sure if you've listened to any of the podcasts we've recorded previously.
I have not. I've been meaning to, but I have not.
And sure, I know you're a busy guy, but if you could just kind of explain to our audience who you are, what you do.
Well, absolutely. I'm Bob Spryte. I'm from Reno, Nevada, and I pick winners. Is that good enough for you, huh? No, I'm just kidding. So my name's Bob Spryte. I'm from Reno, Nevada, and I pick winners. Seriously, though, I pick winners. Doesn't matter what sport it is. Baseball, basketball, football, college, pro, tennis, soccer, whatever it is, I pick winners. I provide you the lines that are going to win, that are going to put you in the green. That's what I'm talking about, baby. This life is all about making money, and that is what I am here to do for my clients, for my future clients, for prospects, for anyone who is willing to purchase my picks. I tell you what, I will get you in the green. I will make you money. I promise that. That is a promise that I can hold to my grave.
Well, there you have it, everyone. That's Bob Spryte. That's what he does. He's a wise guy.
I don't really like that term, Robert. I don't like that term at all. What I am is I'm a financial advisor. See, I give you the gold. My picks are more trustworthy than the stock market. I can guarantee you that. Look at my performance over the last 25 years. Guaranteed winners. That's what I'm talking about, Robert. You know.
I do, in fact, know. I purchased your 7-piece CD set.
It was DVDs, too. I had a DVD line out as well. But you got the CD version, which is great for your car, for your stereo system, whatever you need. But my DVDs are where you get to see me on video, providing and showing you in full form PowerPoints, graphs, models, everything about how to pick winners and how to succeed in life.
I don't want to cut you away from gaining more clients here, Bob, but I would like to get into the questions that we have for the interview.
Sure, let's get into them.
Well, first and foremost here, I need to acknowledge that James Lipton, who was the host of Inside the Actors Studio and the individual who's responsible for the questions that I'm going to be reading to you, passed away this week after a long battle with cancer. And our thoughts and prayers go out to his friends and family. I'm sure they're absolutely devastated. Are you familiar with James Lipton, Bob?
Yes, actually I am. Before I was asked to leave Vegas, I saw James down at the Wynn, and that card shark, I saw him put a buck down, one hand, blackjack table, took away 10 grand, left the win right there. That son of a bitch, I tell you what, James was a great card player. I didn't see him too many other times than that, but yes, prayers for him and his family.
Most definitely there, Bob. Diving into these questions here. Bob, what is your favorite word?
My favorite word is win, because that is what I do. I've been doing it ever since I first started in Vegas with $5 in my pocket, Robert. $5 is what I went down there with from Detroit. And I won. I won and won. Wise guys all around the city were just blown away with how much I was winning at the time. And I was so young back then. And I've been able to sustain that through my career. I became a millionaire in less than 3 years, Robert. with $5 in my pocket. Win. W-I-N. That's what this life is about. It's about making money, and it's about winning. You gotta win. Because if you don't win, what's the opposite of win, Robert? What's the opposite of win?
I'd say lose.
Exactly. You want to be a loser, or do you want to be a winner? Stop staring at me with that blank look on your face. Do you want to be a loser, or do you...
I didn't know you were asking me the question there, but
I'm asking you the question, okay? Winner or loser? What do you want to be?
well, I'd say I want to be a winner.
Well, then you gotta purchase my 7-piece DVD set, okay? You got the CDs, but it doesn't have everything. It doesn't have all of the graphs and models and me in person showing you how to pick winners. You can make a career out of this, Robert.
Well, let's talk about that, Bob, after the podcast here.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna hold you to it.
Bob, moving into our second question here. What is your least favorite word?
Well, this is an obvious one. My least favorite word is Vegas, that horrible city, that piece of shit city. It's filled with rats and scums and touts and everybody who is horrible in this industry, okay? See, myself, I'm a financial advisor. Down there, you get touts. You get motherfuckers. Can I say the F word out here?
Yeah, Bob, I just feel like I should just have you go.
Okay, then. You get motherfuckers stealing your money for their picks, okay? Okay? If there's anyone who's looking to make money off sports betting, listening to this podcast right now, don't ever bet in Vegas, okay? It's scum. It's horrible.
Bob, earlier in the podcast, you mentioned that you were asked to leave Vegas.
Yeah, I was asked to leave. For everyone who was on the other side of it, that was probably what they said. I was asked to leave, but I left, okay? I did not stay there because I couldn't sustain the lifestyle that I wanted to live down there, okay? I was making too much money. So I essentially left. Yeah, that's a better way of putting it. I left myself. And fuck Albuquerque Mike.
Albuquerque Mike?
Yeah, fuck him. Okay? He's a tout. He ruins careers.
Bob, I'd ask you a little bit more about that relationship you have with Albuquerque Mike.
I don't want to talk about it. Don't mention his name again during this interview, okay?
Okay, I was going to say that I didn't want to get into it because we've got 8 more questions to get through.
Good. Yeah, we're not gonna say his name, are we?
No, we're not going to say. Let's get on to the third question here, Bob. What turns you on?
Oh, well. What turns me on is when I've got a 5-team NFL parlay. And I'm waiting. The first 4 games have already hit. And I'm waiting on the first half total of the 5th game. And there's 15 seconds left in the first half. And the Lions just got into field goal range for Prater, which is a long, long range. Prater can nail that ball. But let's say 46-yard field goal. This is good as money. And the total is just 2 under. Okay? And boom. Prater hits from 46. And I hit the first half total of that 5th game, and the five-team parlay hits, and that's what it's like betting with me, because that first half total will always hit when you're taking my picks, because that's what I do. I pick winners, and that's how I get it done. Okay? It's better than sex, I tell you. It's better than the best sex you've ever had.
I imagine that's quite invigorating. Bob, opposite of what turns you on, our 4th question, what turns you off?
What turns me off is chitter chatter behind my back. If you're going to say something to me, say it to my fucking face, okay? Say it to my face. Don't be talking in the depths about me, okay? Okay, behind my back. Don't be spreading rumors about me behind my back. If you want to say something, address me like a man and come to my face and say it to my face, so I can give y'all clarification about it, okay? It's the chitter chatter behind your back that will take you out of this business, okay? But now I'm up in Reno and I'm really loving life right now, and I can't complain at all.
Our fifth question here: what sound or noise do you love?
I love the sound, that sizzle, the sizzle of when meat or whatever's cooking on a flat top grill. Where there's a place in Reno called Kamakura that's it's a Japanese restaurant, and the sizzle of when they put the meat on the grill. That are you familiar with that sizzle?
Yeah, I've been to a few restaurants where they have the flat top grills, and I know what you're talking about there.
Yeah, that sizzle is so, it's heavenly. It's so relaxing because I usually go right after, it's open late night. So after all the games have completed, and it's a great way to reward myself night in and night out. That's what you have to do in this business too. For those listeners out there, when you win big, you got to reward yourself big. Okay, you got to reward yourself. So that's what I love, rewarding myself. I love it with a nice dinner. Yeah, that's what I like.
Bob, what sound or noise do you hate?
I hate that sound where you're in a room with two people, and you're not speaking with them specifically, but you can hear them behind you. You can hear them in your peripheral hearing. And you can hear them talking about you behind your back. Yeah, that's what I hate. If you're gonna say something to me, come to my face. If you're gonna have a conversation about me, don't do it behind my back. Allow me to be in the conversation so I can clarify a few things for you individuals, okay? That's what I hate, the conversation. Bring the conversation to me. You know who you're talking about. I'm right here.
I think that our listeners, as well as myself, fully realize that if someone's talking about you, they should address you in person and to your face.
Yeah, absolutely. How else do we communicate in this world, okay? Come to me.
Right. Bob, what is your favorite curse word?
Well, can I say fuck again? Can I say that?
Well, you just did.
Well, then I'll say it again. Fuck. Fuck is my favorite curse word. It's the most sustainable curse word. It's the best well known, and it's just good to get off sometimes,
Yeah, I've said it before.
And just so every one of our listeners out there realizes, I don't typically have a bad mouth, but I do like saying the word fuck, okay? And also on Sundays, I don't cuss, okay? Because I am a man of the Lord, and I don't curse or cuss on Sundays. Sundays, yeah. The Lord has blessed me with a lot of winners, even though I've picked those winners. I've picked them, but I have, Robert, I have caught myself praying a few times, and sure enough, me and the Lord came out on the better side. We came out in the green on that.
Well, very good to hear, Bob. We're really getting through these questions here.
Yeah, it's been a good interview, Robert. This is very enjoyable. I'm happy. I'm going to be in Denver for a little bit longer. I want to catch some of the mountains and go up there. See some of that beauty and stuff. But very good interview so far.
Well, thanks, Bob. Next question here is, what profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I've always thought, maybe in a second. I don't think I'll never stop providing picks first and foremost, but I've thought I'm a good baker.
Baking, so you enjoy being in the kitchen around the oven.
Yeah. I'm a great baker. I bake. Baking is very relaxing, okay? And whether it's cakes, cookies, pies, muffins, rolls, bread is something I've been getting into, okay? I baked myself a nice loaf of rye bread, the other day, and I've been using it to eat sandwiches and stuff. You can use it for anything. If I have any left over, I'm going to be using it to make croutons, for salads and stuff. I would like to open up a bakery. Yeah, that's what I maybe I'll look into that when I get back to Reno, seeing if there's any storefronts or possibility in that because I've got the money, Robert. It's just time really. I don't have much time, but when I'm baking for myself, that's some of the most relaxing time I spend in a day.
Wow, Bob. Obviously, this is, the first time we've met in person, but I had no idea you had that hobby.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been baking for quite a long time, almost 13 years now. And it's more than a hobby too. It's a love. I love it. What's that quote? You bake with your heart. And that's fully true. I mean, that rye bread, there's a lot of heart in that bread. It's probably why it's so good.
Very interesting fact about you there, Bob. I appreciate you sharing that.
Oh yeah, for sure. I like talking about it.
Bob, what profession would you not like to do?
I wouldn't like to be a car mechanic. That's what my dad was up in Detroit. That's where I was born. I was born in Detroit. And just the heavy days, a lot of long days, and his hands were always chapped and bleeding. And I've at the point in my life too where if I need to work on a car, I'm not working on that car. I'm taking it in. I'm taking it into the Lamborghini dealer, the Mercedes dealer, the Cadillac dealer. I got quite a few automobiles, and they're all parked at my house in Reno, uh, which is being watched, by the way. I will say I have cameras everywhere, and my ex-brother-in-law, Jimmy, is watching over it. So if anybody tries to get funny, okay, nobody in Reno, if anybody knows my address, which nobody does, I believe, but if anybody tries to get funny while I'm away, yeah, it's being watched, and Jimmy will take care of you, okay? I live in a good neighborhood though too, but this is also a shout out to the Reno Police Department as well. If they're watching listening to this, if they're listening to this, just keep an extra eye on the house while I'm gone. I'll be back in a few days, but just in case anybody tries to get curious, okay?
So you mentioned car mechanic there, Bob.
Yeah, my father was a car mechanic, and boy, did he drink a lot. A lot of mornings I'd walk down the steps and be getting ready to go to school, and my dad would be passed out on the coffee table. He wasn't a couch sleeper. He'd stumble in drunk late at night, and he wouldn't pass out on the couch. He'd sleep. He'd sleep right smack dab on the coffee table. On the coasters and stuff. One time I found a chessboard underneath him. I guess he tried to pull out a chessboard and start playing chess. And I'd never even played chess with him before. Can't remember playing chess with this guy ever. Don't even remember us having a chess set at home. But sure enough, I caught him rolling over on the coffee table, and all the chess pieces had imprinted into his stomach there. Yeah, he slept on the coffee table a lot.
Bob, I don't know what to say after that. I guess we need to be careful about how much we consume, and also we need to be careful about where we sleep. Wow, we've made it to our 10th and final question already.
Wow, it's really flown by.
Yes, it has. Bob, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
I'd get to those pearly gates, then God would come up to me and he'd say, Bob, you made me a lot of money. And I'd be like, I know. I know, God, I made myself a lot of money. I'm just so happy you were following my picks. Because that's a dream client. That's a dream client. God is watching the DVDs and God's watching the CDs. And boy, when I get there, if that's how it goes down, I'll be a happy camper. Not only because I'm in heaven, but because God turned out to be a client of mine. That really That'd really be something special.
Well, Bob, I really appreciate you being here for this interview today.
Oh, it was great, Robert. I really am happy that I spent this time with you.
If you have any final words for our audience listening.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right after you stop listening to this, I want you to pull out your computer, get on your cell phone and type in www.bobsprytefinancialadvisoryservices.biz. Okay? That's www.bobspryte, that's Sprite spelled Spyrte, financialadvisoryservices.biz. That's my website. That's where you'll get access to all my CDs, my DVDs. I recommend buying the hard copies, but I'm also implementing a streaming service, kind of like Netflix, Hulu, where I'll be streaming my picks live a lot of times, but I'll also have past picks in case you want to see strategies, graphs, models. It'll all be located on there. And yes, so that's Bob Spryte, Spyrte, financialadvisoryservices.biz. Check it out. If you become a client of mine, I'll make you a millionaire. That's a guarantee, gold seal guarantee, okay?
Well, Bob, thank you again for being here. And thank you all for listening. That's been the third episode of the Normal Folks podcast. And boy, it was a pleasure speaking with the man who picks winners, Bob Spryte. Hi, this is Robert Abbott of the Normal Folks podcast, and thank you all for listening. The conversation you just listened to was improvised by myself, along with the character that I created. I hope you all enjoyed it.